How you doing, guys? Dragonman here, and this is my machine shop, and let me show you what I do when the jobs come in. Okay, when the jobs come in, the top ends, the lower ends, the whole motors, they go right to this bench right here, and we take everything apart. And the parts cleaners are right here. So I put all the dirty, greasy stuff in here, and after it soaks a little bit, we take it out, and we put it in this one here. This one has a turntable. See, it's automatic. I just put the timer on, and it'll go by itself for about 3 or 4 minutes and really get all the dirt and everything off the cases, the heads, the barrels, and everything else. Yeah, down here is a turntable. It recycles right around. This is a very good parts cleaning machine. Okay, then when everything's clean and dry, see, we put the screws in here, and this way it stops all the little glass beads from getting in the threads, and this way you guys won't have any trouble when we put everything back together. Okay, so we put everything on a little red cart like this, and we go right around the shop. Okay, if we need any rod rebuilding, it goes right here. Over here, I have all the fixtures over here where we take the rod races out. See, these are the rod races. We take them out and put new ones in, and we give you rod bushings for the piston pins. And I also take out the valve guides over here. Look at all the old valve guides. Sometimes it takes up to 2 tons to push these out. So we don't want to do it with a hammer, so we do it with a press, and it comes right out. So that's what we use this area for. Okay, over here, this is my parts room over here. Here, take a look. Okay, over here we have all the valves, the guides, the races, the bushings, and see, I got all the different pistons for the 1000cc, the Evolution, the 80 cubic inch, and the 74. I try to keep every size in stock. And right around here we got the t-shirts, we got the valves, and we get all the parts here. I don't have to order parts every day. Probably once a week we order parts. Okay, now if we have heads to do, we drop the heads off here after they're glass beaded, and we could do a 3-angle valve job in about 15 minutes. 30, 45, 60 degrees. Here, take a look. All the stones are cut at the different angles. So that makes everything go a lot faster. If the guides have to be honed out, this one here is for the 74s and the 80s. This one here is for the Sportsters and the Evolution. Okay, over here we drop off the cylinders, and we bore them out the next size. I measure them. We set the micrometers up with a 1/10 of a thousandth dial indicator, and this over here sets up the dial indicators. Here, let me show you. See, we take the measure off the micrometer, put it right on here, and the dial indicator, see, goes right in there. And if you go on this side, you can see the dial turning. Here, see that? Okay, so you don't get any more perfect than that. Okay, so when that's set, we put the cylinder in there. We put this over here on the hanger. We center the cylinder, tighten up the bolts, lock the machine, hit the buttons. It goes back and forth by itself. And then after about 10 or 15 times going back and forth, I stop the machine and I check it with a 1/10 of a thousandth dial indicator. And after it's all honed out, I actually let it cool off for about 3 or 4 minutes, because when the cylinder gets hot, it expands, and it's really giving me the wrong measurement. And another thing, the pistons have to be right around 65, 70 degrees when you do measure it, because if it's ice cold, you're going to get the wrong measurement on the piston. Okay, all 7 of my honing machines adapt to 115 mandrels. I got every mandrel from 1/4 of an inch, 250 thousandths to 6.5 inches on the bottom. Okay, so we never use a reamer. Everything gets honed. If we have to use a turntable, here it is right here for any round type of work. See, we cut out the main race like I did on my other video about a week ago. And that does that. And this way it comes out perfect, the perfect circle. Okay, if we got to put bushings in the rockers, this is the honing machine that hones out the rocker bushings. This is the machine that hones out the connecting rods. See, after the new races are put in, the bushings, I change the mandrels, and these dial indicators measure how much is coming out. Yeah, see that? See, I got to go another like 4.5 thousandths to 0, and then that'll fit the crank pin perfect. Okay, this one here, this is for the wristbands. wrist pins, and see with this one here, I got to go another 5 thousandths, and then that'll be perfect. Okay, so what we do with these little red carts is we push them around the shop, and here's my old glass beading machine over here. Okay, the dirty stuff really goes in here. See that? See, you put your arms in here, the pot is right there, and this here will spray it, just like a spray painting. And I use heavier glass beads in here to get all the paint and the grit off all the parts. Okay? Okay, so after that's done, the cases especially, and the heads, we want those to come out really nice and clean. Okay, after they're done in the old glass beading machine, we take the heads and the lower end cases and we put them in the new glass beading machine. And look at that, look at the size of that recirculator. Yeah, this really puts out the CFM. And over here we have finer glass beads, so everything really comes out nice. I got a twin pump compressor. We got one here, we got one outside. I also do sandblasting. Okay, so after that's done, everything's glass beaded and stuff. Okay, if the guy wants the flywheels balanced or shaved, we use this machine. This cuts down the flywheels. They take up to 3 pounds off the flywheels. These are stroker flywheels. Yeah, look how thin they are. See that? And I can make your stock flywheels the same size. And that'll, when you give it the gas, it'll give the motor faster RPMs because there's less weight to throw around. And when I balance it, it's 58% racing for 60%. Okay, if you need any kind of case repair, it goes right here on my welding bench. I have 3 welding machines. I can weld every kind of metal. I got MIG, TIG, arc, brass. I can do everything. Okay, over here, this is my Seatmaster machine. These are the fixtures I made over here, and this is for the pan heads and shovel heads. This is for the Sportsters. Over here I can put dual spark plugs in every Harley Davidson head. Okay, Evolution, Sportster, pan head, shovel head. The pan heads we can only do 1963 to 65 because the earlier ones, the vein going up from the barrel to the rocker boxes, there's an oil line, an oil vein in there, and where the dual spark plug goes, it hits right into the vein, so we can't do those. Okay, let's see, anything you guys want to do, just remember to call me, and I'll let you know if I could do it. Most likely, 99% of the time, I can do it. Okay, so over here, okay, we're going to go over here. Okay, if the cases have to be fly cut, they go right on here. If they have to be bored for the big bore, I put my boring attachment on here, and we can bore it any size you want. 3 5/8, 3 11/16, 3 13/16. Okay, over here, this is a seat machine. I could, if the seats are sticking out a little too high, this cutter here will cut them down. This is for the intake, this is for the exhaust, pan heads and shovel heads. Okay, over here, this one here, this machine I use a lot. This has 100 memories, and all I have to do is locate off of one of the main races, and then from there on, it tells me where the other holes are, looking at the blueprints without even looking at the case. That's really something. This machine really helps me a lot. Okay, over here, this machine here, let's say I weld up the spark plug hole or the valve guide hole. This one here is at the right angle, and it'll put the spark plug hole back in 9/16, 14 millimeter, or cut out the valve guide hole 9/16. Okay, this machine here, normally I use this to cut the pan head seats out. The pan head seats are really brass. And these flutes are cut 3 to 4 thousandths underneath the seat measurement. And this dial indicator, this here, tells me how deep I'm going. Normally at 350 thousandths with a 3.5 to 4 thousandths at the fans press fit. Okay, over here. Okay, let me show you this here. Okay, I cut these out. See the circle here? Okay, this is for the pan head and shovel head. These notches are for the exhaust port. Okay, I bolt them on here really tight. I heat up the heads. And with the punch over here, I'm going to bring it over there. Look at this punch. Every 6 months I have to make another one. This is a 3/8 pilot. That follows the valve guide hole. Here's the nickel alloyed seat. And this is the punch I made. Here, look at that. It's almost ready for another one. And these are heat treated. They take a lot of pounding. And I could put the seats in, intake, exhaust, and that's what I use this jig for. Okay, this guy here actually sent me a picture of his bike that I'm working on the motor here. Yeah, so we put these in front of the red push cart here. So you have to remember to write a note, you know, and this is what the fella's bike looks like. See that? So that was nice one. And you got to put your phone number, return address, and give me an idea what you want. His name is Ricky from Washington. Okay, so all the parts stay on the little red push cart here until really they go to the assembly bench. Okay, we're going to go to the assembly bench now. How you doing?
Good, you?
Good.
Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, I'll be right with you.
Okay.
Yeah, over here we put everything together, the assembly bench. And then from there, follow me. See, these are the jobs coming in here, and I got to get them all done. This one here is done. It's ready for the packing room. Okay, let's take this to the packing room. Okay, see, I got the guy's note over there. You got to write a note. Okay, we go to the packing room right here. Okay, look at this. We take the job, we take the letter, and we pack everything right here. If you guys are going to send me stuff, you got to make sure you use the small boxes. Each cylinder in each box, each head in each box, all the boxes into one bigger box. That's the safest way to send it here. Okay, after it's all packed, follow me. My daughter Melissa, she makes up the labels from UPS, for UPS, or FedEx. And it'll go anywhere in the world. That's right, we do stuff for France, England, Germany. I send stuff all over the world, especially t-shirts. Okay guys, so 2 seconds here. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys want to send me any work, send it to Dragon, D-R-A-G-O-N, 1200 Dragonman Drive. My phone number is 719-683-2200. And this way you get an idea what my shop looks like and the type of work I do. Everything I do will come out perfect. I guarantee it.